All right, so I refuse to drive in the rain. It's been raining like literally every day in May, so I'm going to sit here and answer some questions because it's like not worth it for me. I'd rather just sit here and answer some questions. Okay, yes. So, you're actually right. Like, it's not taught. Like, everybody sits on panels and real estate conferences and all of that, and they talk about how awesome they are for whatever reason, and they don't really talk about what specifically that they use to systematize their business. Everything is systematized. Sorry, my phone cut out. But everything is systematized around an admin first. So the first thing that I got was a CRM. Then I figured it out. Then I got an admin, and the admin sort of helped me when I was on the road back and forth. Very early on, like as soon as basically group messages were a thing, I created group chats with all my clients. So every buyer has a group chat with their something about their search, like, Germantown 350 with a pool or something like that. Every seller also is in a group chat. And at the beginning, it was just me and the admin and the sellers. So that if I was out and about and they had a question, it wasn't on me. Then, while I was doing that, this is why this is important, because while I was doing that, I was showing the client that they could trust my admin. And so then, as my admin team grew and I got a TC, then I would add my TC in it as well. And then, as my team grew and I got a junior, like an executive assistant as well, aside from the DOO and the TC, then she was also added. And so now it's very well oiled. So, like, as soon as I leave the listing appointment, barely even am out the door, I have my folder, my red folder that has everything in it. I create the group chat. Hi guys, meet the admin crew. We're so happy to help you. Then I save the group name as 123 Main Street. Now this even applies to like people with Android phones. It's a little trickier, but 95% of the people that I work with have iPhones. That's basically the main system, is that my admin I teach her and I leveraged, well, she's been with me 14 years, so it's not teaching at this point. But that's really helped me. There's no way I'd be able to close as many deals as I close a year, have as many pendings as I have a year without admin. So your very first admin is a very important hire. It's not something to skimp on. You should pay them so well that no one can poach them. And that's something also that's not really taught a lot, is that I don't think that you should ever pay somebody the going rate if they're talent. If they're not talent and they're just like filling a hole, filling a gap, then maybe so. But just know that people are in search of a very good admin. So if you have a good one, you got to pay them well so that they can never be poached. Then I would say that it's setting expectations with your clients. So, for example, some of my systems are setting expectations with my sellers or my buyers. Like, I will not show a property to someone who's not pre-approved, period, end of discussion. I will not show a property to a buyer who I already know, based on our conversation, that house is not going to be a good fit for them. I do not show 45 houses, rarely. Typically my system is, if I show you 5 houses and you haven't found the one that you want, then we are not clear on expectations, so we'll have a revisit. That's an example of a system. Another system is that I won't take an overpriced listing without an agreement that we try it first for 2 weeks and then we go right back to the price that I originally said. I just don't work with assholes. I have a no jerk policy, a no asshole policy. That's a system that I have in place. If you are a jerk and you're going to monopolize my time and drain my admin's energy, then you're not a good fit for me. I don't care what the price of your house is. I don't want to work with you if you're not going to follow along like I'm the mama duck and everybody's going to follow along behind me, and we're all going to go to closing and we're all going to have a good time and we're all going to feel taken care of and we're all going to be fine. But if one person like goes rogue and is like, I want an open house every day, or I'm going to be a jerk to your admin, or I don't want to listen to you, or I want to be the tail that wags the dog. Like, those are systems that I have in place where I just don't work with those people. So hopefully you have a policy where you don't work with jerks either, because they're just draining and they're not worth it. And so like, just flick them off. Like, you want to be a jerk, and go for it, but go be a jerk to somebody else, because you're not going to kick my cat. Zig Ziglar used to say that. There's a saying by Zig Ziglar, like, who kicked your cat? It's a whole story if you want to look it up, but it's kind of a cool story. But anyway, I hope that helps a little bit.